Flew, by this day and this light the fellow has metal enough in his belly. Hold, there is 12 pence for you, and I pray you to seru guard and keep you out of prawls and prabbles and quarrels and dissensions, and I warrant you it is the better for you. I will none of your money. Flew, it is with a good will, I can tell you it will seru you to mend your shoes. Come, wherefore should you be so pashful, your shoes is not so good. 'Tis a good silling I warrant you, or I will change it. Enter herald. King, now herald, are the dead numbered? Herald, here is the number of the slaughtered. French. King, what prisoners of good sort are taken? Vn siècle. Exe, Charles Duke of Orleans, nephew to the king. I own Duke of Bourbon and Lord Bouchiquald. Of other lords and barons, knights and squires. Full 1500 besides common men. King, this note doth tell me of 10,000 French, that in the field lie slain, of princes in this number, and nobles bearing banners there lie dead. 126, added to these, of knights, esquires, and gallant gentlemen, 8,400, of the which few hundred were but yesterday dubbed knights, so that in these 10,000 they whore lost. There are but 1,600 mercenaries. The rest are princes, barons, lords, knights, squires, and gentlemen of bloud and quality. The names of those their nobles that lie dead: Charles de Labreth, High Constable of France; Ix of Chatillon, Admiral of France; the Master of the Crossbows, Lord Rambures; Great Master of France, the Braw Sir Gichard Dolphin; Ion Duke of Alençon, Anthony Duke of Brabant; the brother to the Duke of Burgundy; and Edward Duke of Bar, of lusty earls; Grandpré and Rousey, Fauconbridge and Foys; Beaumont and Marle, Vandemont and Lestril. Here was a royal fellowship of death. Where is the number of our English dead? Edward the Duke of York, the Earl of Suffolk; Sir Richard Ketley, Doygam Esquire; none else of name, and of all other men, but few and 20. O God, thy arm was here, and not to these but to thy arm alone. Ascribe we all, when without stratagem, but in plain shock and ewen play of battle, was ewer known so great and little loss. On one part and on th other take it guard, for it is none but thine. Exet 'tis wonderful. King, come, go we in procession to the village, and be it death proclaimed through our host, to boast of this or take that praise from God, which is his onely. Flew, is it not lawful and please your majesty to tell how many is killed? King, yes, captain, but with this acknowledgement, that God fought for Versus. Flew, yes, my conscience, he did these great good. King, do we all holy rites, let there be sung non nobis and te deum, the dead with charity enclosed in clay, and then to Calais and to England then, where near from France arrewed more happy men. Exeunt. Actus Quintus. Enter chorus. Vouchsafe to those that whore not read the story, that I may prompt them, and if such as whore, I humbly pray them to admit th excuse of time, of numbers, and due course of things, which cannot in their huge and proper life be here presented. Now we bear the king toward Calais, grant him there their scene, hoe him away vipon your winged thoughts. Athwart the sea, behold the English beach, pales in the flood, with men, weus and boys, whose shouts and claps outvoice the deep-mouthed sea, which like a mighty whiffler for the king seems to prepare his way. So let him land, and solemnly see him set on to London. So swift a pace hath thought that ewen now, you may imagine him vipon Blackheath, where that his lords desire him to hold borne. His bruised helmet and his bended sword before him through the city, he forbids it. Being free from vainness and self-glorious pride, geoing full trophy, signal and ostent, quite from himself to God, but now behold, in the quick forge and working house of thought, how London doth power out her citizens, the mayor and all his brethren in best sort, like to the senators of antique Rome, with the plebeians swarming at their heels, go forth and fetch their conquering CSR in, as by a lower but by lowing likelihood, were now the general of our gracious Empress, as in good time he may from Ireland coming, bringing rebellion broached on his sword. How many would the peaceful city quit, to welcome him, much more and much more cause, did they this hurry, now in London place him. As yet the lamentation of the French, Inuits the King of England's stay at home, the emperors coming in behalf of France, to order peace between them, and omit all the occurrences what you are chanked, till Harry's baccy return again to France. There must we bring him, and myself whore played the interim by remembering you 'tis past, then brook abridgment and your eyes aduance, after your thoughts straight baccy again to France. Enter Flewlin and Gower. Gower, nay that's right, but why wear you your leek today, Estoy's day is past. Flews, there is occasions and causes why and wherefore in all things. I will tell you my friend Captain Gower, the rascally, scold, beggarly, locy, pragging nor pistol, which you and yourself and all the world know to be no better than a fellow, look you now of no merits. He is come to me and prings me pread and salt yesterday, look you, and bid me eat my leek. It was in a place where I could not breed no contention with him, but I will be so bold as to wear it in my cap till I see him once again, and then I will tell him a little piece of my desires. Enter Pistol. Gower, why here he comes, swelling like a turkey-cock. Flew, 'tis no matter for his swellings nor his turkey-cocks. God bless you, ancient Pistol, you scurry locy. Nor God bless you. Pist ha art thou bedlam, doest thou thirst base. Troyan to hommy fold VP Parker's fatal web, hence I am qualmish at the smell of leek. Flew, I beseech you heartily, scurry locy gnaw at my desires and my requests and my petitions to eat look you this leek, because look you do not allow it, nor your affections, and your appetites and your digestions does not agree with it, I would desire you to eat it. Pist, not for Cadwallader and all his goats. Flew, there is one goat for you. Strikes him. Will you be so good, scald gnaw as eat it? Pist, base Troyan, thou shalt die. Flew, you say very true, scald gnaw, when God's will is. I will desire you to leave in the meantime and eat your victuals. Come, there is sauce for it. You called me yesterday mountain squire, but I will make you today a squire of low degree. I pray you fall to, if you can mock a leek you can eat a leek. Gur, enough captain, you whore astonished him. Flew, I say I will make him eat some part of my leek, or I will peat his pate 4 days. Bite I pray you, it is good for your green wound, and your pludy coxsacum. Pist, must I bite? Flew, yes certainly, and out of doubt and out of question. 2 and ambiguities. Pist, by this leek I will most horribly ruin Jai. Eat and eat I swear. Flew, eat I pray you, will you haw some more sauce? To your leek there is not enough leek to swear by. Pist, quiet thy cudgel, thou dost see I eat. Flew, much good do you scold gnaw heartily. Nay, pray you throw none away, the skin is good for your broken coxcomb. When you take occasions to see leeks hereafter, I pray you mock at 'em, that is all. Pist, good. Flew, I leeks is good, hold you there is a groat too. Heal your pate. Pist, me a groat. Flew, yes verily, and in truth you shall take it, or I whore. Another leek in my pocket, which you shall eat. Pist, I take thy groat in earnest of ruin. Flew, if I owe you anything I will pay you in cudgels, you shall be a woodmonger, and buy nothing of me but cudgels. God buy you and keep you and heal your pate. Exit. Pissed, all hell shall stir for this. Go, you are a counterfeit cowardly gnaw. Will you mark at an ancient tradition began VP Pan an honourable respect, and worn as a memorable trophy of predeceased valour, and dare not aught in your deeds any of your words. I haw seen you gleeking and galling at this gentleman twice or thrice. You thought because he could not speak English in the natty garb, he could not therefore handle an English cudgel. You find it otherwise, and henceforth let a Welsh correction teach you a good English condition. Fare ye well. Exit. Pissed, doeth fortune play the huswife with me now? News hoar I that my doll is dead I spittle of a malady. Of France, and there my renduous is quite cut off. Old I do wax, and from my weary limbs honour is cudgelled. Well bod I'll turn in something lean to. Cut purse of quick hand, to England will I steal and there I'll steal. And patches will I get VNTO these cudgelled scars. And swore I got them in the Gallia wars. Enter at one door, King Henry, Exeter, Bedford, Warwick and other lords, at another Queen Isabel, the King, the Duke of Burgogne and other French. King, peace to this meeting wherefore we are met. VNTO our brother France, and to our sister. Health and fair time of day, aye and good wishes. To our most fair and princely cosine Catherine, and as a branch and member of this royalty, by whom this great assembly is contraued, we do salute you Duke of Burgogne, and princes French and peers health to you all. Fra, right eager are we to behold your face, most worthy brother England, fairly met. So are you princes English, Ewry one. Qui, so happy be the issue brother Ireland, of this good day and of this gracious meeting, as we are now glad to behold your eyes which hitherto ha borne, in them against the French that met them in their bent, the fatal balls of murthering basilisks, the venom of such looks we fairly hope, ha lost their quality, and that this day shall change all griefs and quarrels into low. To cry amen to that thus we appear. Qui, you English princes all I do salute you. Berg, my duty to you both on equal low. Great kings of France and England, that I haw laboured, with all my wits, my pains and strong endures, to bring your most imperial majesties, VNTO this bar and royal interview. Your mightiness on both parts best can witness, since then my office hath so far prevailed, that face to face and royal eye to eye, you haw congraded, let it not disgrace me, if I demand before this royal view, what rub or what impediment there is, why that the naked, poor and mangled piece, dear nurse of arts, plenties and eyeful births, should not in this best garden of the world, our fertile France put VP her lowly visage. Alas, she hath from France too long been chased, and all her husbandry doth lie on heaps, corrupting in it own fertility. Her vine, the merry cheerer of the heart, VM pruned dies, her hedges ewen pleached, like prisoners wildly hour-grown with hair, put forth disordered twigs, her fallow lees, the darnel hemlock and rank cemetery, doth root vipan, while that the coulter rusts, that should derasnate such soigery. The ewen mead that erst brought sweetly forth, the freckled cowslip burnet and green clower, wanting the scythes with all the incorrected rank, conceals by idleness and nothing teems, but hateful darks, rough thistles, kexeyes, burrs, loosing both beauty and vitality, and all our vineyards, fallows, meads and hedges, defect to you in their natures, grow to wildness. You and so our houses, and our cellars and children, who lost or do not learn for want of time, the sciences that should become our country, but grow like soiges, as soldiers will, that nothing do but meditate on blood, to swearing and stern looks defuzzed attire, and every thing that seems bien natural, which to reduce into our former foe, you are assembled, and my speech entreats, that I may know the let why gentle peace should not expel these inconveniences, and bless these with her former qualities. If Duke of Burgundy you would the peace, whose want Jews growth to th imperfections, which you cited, you must buy that peace, with full accord to all our earest demands, whose tenures and particular effects you enscheduled briefly in your hands. Berg the king hath heard them, to the which as yet there is no answer made. Well then, the peace which you before so vrg'd lies in his answer. France I whore but with a cursilary eye. Glank the articles, pleaseth your grace, to appoint some of your council presently, to sit with these once more, with better heed. To resurvey them, we will suddenly pass our accept and peremptory answer. England, brother, we shall go vn secly Exeter, and brother Clarence and you brother Gloucester, Warwick and Huntington go with the king, and take with you free power to ratify, augment or alter as your wisdom's best shall see advantageable for our dignity, anything in or out of our demands, and we'll consent thereto. Will you, fair sister, go with the princes or stay here with Versus? Qui, our gracious brother, I will go with them. Happily a woman's voice may do some good, when articles too nicely vrg'd be stood on. England, yet lo our cousin Catherine here with these. She is our capital demand compressed within the forerank of our articles. Qui she hath good lo exeunt omnes. Manet king and Catherine. King, fair Catherine and most fair, will you vouchsafe to teach us soldier terms, such as will enter at a lady's ear, and plead his lawsuit to her gentle heart? Cath, your majesty shall mock at me, I cannot speak. Your England. King, O fair Catherine, if you allow me soundly with your French heart, I will be glad to hear you confess it brokenly with your English tongue. Do you like me, Kate? Cath, pardon moi, I cannot tell what is like me. King, an angel is like you, Kate, and you are like an angel. Cath, quedit ill quer I sways semblable a less anges. Lady, owie veriment, soft foster grace, ain't she dit ill? King, I said so, dear Catherine, and I must not blush to affirm it. Cath, o bon Dieu, les langues des hommes sont pleines de tromperies. King, what says she, fair one, that the tongues of men are full of deceits? Lady, owie, dat de tongues of de mans is be full of deceits. Dat is de princess. King, the princess is the better Englishwoman. If faith, Kate, my wooing is fit for thy understanding, I am glad thou canst speak no better English, for if thou couldst thou wouldst find me such a plain king, that thou wouldst think I had sold my farm to buy my crown. I know no ways to mince it in low, but directly to say I low you. Then if you vrge me farther than to say do you in faith, I wear out my sweet. Gi you me your answer if it do, and so clap hands and a bargain. How say you, lady? Cath, soft foster honer me understand well. King, Mary, if you would put me to verses or to dance for your sake, Kate, why you did me. For the one I haw neither words nor measure, and for the other I haw no strength in measure, yet a reasonable measure in strength. If I could win a lady at leap-frog, or by vaulting into my saddle with my armour on my backy, the correction of bragging be it spoken, I should quickly leap into a wife, or if I might buffet for my low or bound my horse for her fours, I could lay on like a butcher, and sit like a iac in apes, newer off. But before God, Kate, I cannot look greenly, nor gasp out my eloquence, nor I haw no cunning in protestation, onely downright oaths which I knew a vsc till vrg'd, nor knew a break for vrging. If thou canst allow a fellow of this temper, Kate, whose face is not worth sun burning, that newer looks in his glass for low of anything he sees there, Let thine eye be thy cook. I speak to thee plain soldier, if thou canst allow me for this, take me. If not, to say to thee that I shall die is true, but for thy low by the no, yet I low thee too. And while thou liest, dear Kate, take a fellow of plain and encoined constancy, for he perforce must do thee right, because he hath not the gift to woo in other places. For these fellows of infinite tongue, that can rhyme themselves into ladies' fors, they do always reason themselves out again. What? A speaker is but a prater, a rhyme is but a ballad. A good leg will fall, a straight baccy will stoop, a blacky beard will turn white, a curled pate will grow bald, a fair face will wither, a full eye will wax hollow. But a good heart, Kate, is the sun and the moon, or rather the sun and not the moon, for it shines bright and newer changes but keeps his course truly. If thou would haw such a one, take me, and take me, take a soldier, take a soldier, take a king. And what sayst thou then to my low? Speak my fair, and fairly I pray thee. Cath, is it possible dat I sold low de enemy of France? King, no, it is not possible you should low the enemy of France, Kate, but in lowing me you should low the friend of France, for I low France so well that I will not part with a village of it, I will haw it all mine. And Kate, when France is mine and I am yours, then yours is France and you are mine. Cath, I cannot tell what is dat. King, no, Kate, I will tell thee in French, which I am sure will hang upon my tongue, like a new married wife about her husband's neck, hardly to be shook off. I quand sur la possession de France and quand vous aus la possession de moi. Let me see what then. Saint Denis be my speed, donc vostre est France and vous ests mien. It is as easy for me, Kate, to conquer the kingdom as to speak so much more French. I shall newer move thee in French, vien less it be to laugh at me. Cath, sauf vostre honneur, le François ques vous parlez, il and melius quel anglois lequel I parle. King, no faith is not, Kate, but thy speaking of my tongue and I thine most truly falsely must needs be granted to be much at one. But Kate, dost thou vien dursten thus much English? Canst thou allow me? Cath, I cannot tell. King, can any of your neighbours tell, Kate? I'll ask them. Come, I know thou allowest me, and at night when you come into your closet you let question this gentlewoman about me, and I know, Kate, you will to her dispraise those parts in me that you allow with your heart. But good Kate, mock me mercifully, the rather gentle princess, because I allow thee cruelly. If you thou beest mine, Kate, as I horror sawing faith within me tells me thou shalt, I get thee with scambling, and thou must therefore needs prow a good soldier breeder. Shall not thou and I, between Saint Denis and Saint George, compound a boy half French half English, that shall go to Constantinople and take the Turk by the beard? Shall we not? What sayst thou, my fair flower de luce? Kate, I do not know dat. King, no, 'tis hereafter to know, but now to promise. Do but now promise, Kate, you will endower for your French part of such a boy, and for my English moiety take the word of a king and a bachelor. How answer you? La plus belle Catherine du monde mon treasure and du in DS. Cath, your majesty or fors French enough to deceive you de most sage demoiselle dat is en France. King, now fie upon my false French. By mine honour in true English I allow thee, Kate, by which honour I dare not swear thou allowest me, yet my blood begins to flatter me that thou dost, notwithstanding the poor and vien tempering effect of my visage. Now beshrew my father's ambition, he was thinking of Cuil wars when he got me, therefore was I created with a stubborn outside, with an aspect of iron, that when I come to woo ladies I fright them. But in faith, Kate, the elder I wax, the better I shall appear. My comfort is that old age, that ill layer VP of beauty, can do no more spoil upon my face. Thou hast me if thou hast me at the worst, and thou shalt wear me if thou wear me better and better, and therefore tell me, most fair Catherine, will you haw me? Put off your maiden blushes, arch the thoughts of your heart with the looks of an empress, take me by the hand, and say, Harry of England, I am thine. Which word thou shalt no sooner bless mine ear withal, but I will tell thee aloud, England is thine, Ireland is thine, France is thine, and Henry Plantagenet is thine. Who though I speak it before his face, if he be not fellow with the best king, thou shalt find the best king of good fellows. Come your answer in broken music, for thy voice is music and thy English broken. Therefore, queen of all, Catherine, break thy mind to me in broken English. Wilt thou haw me? Cath, dat is as it shall please de Roy mon peer. King, nay, it will please him well, Kate, it shall please him, Kate. Cath, den it shall also content me. King, vipon that I kiss your hand and I call you my queen. Cath, lace mon seigneur lace me foy, I ne views point que vous abbes vostre grandius, en basant le main d, un noster seigneur indigni seretur excuse moi. I vous supply mon très puissant seigneur. King, then I will kiss your lips, Kate. Cath, less dames and damoiselles pour Esther baisy duant. Lure nopsies ill net par le costume de France. King, Madame, my interpreter, what says she? Lady, dat it is not be de fashion pour le ladies of France. I cannot tell what is buis en English. King to kisseth. Lady, your majesty entendre better que moi. King, it is not a fashion for the maids in France to kiss before they are married, would she say? Lady, owie veriment. King, O Kate, nice customs courtesy to great kings. Dear Kate, you and I cannot be confined within the weak list of a country's fashion. We are the makers of manners, Kate, and the liberty that follows our places stops the mouth of all find faults, as I will do yours, for folding the nice fashion of your country in denying me a kiss. Therefore, patiently and yielding, you haul witchcraft in your lips, Kate. There is more eloquence in a sugar touch of them than in the tongues of the French council, and they should sooner persuade Harry of England than a general petition of monarchs. Here comes your father. Enter the French power and the English lords. Berg, God so your majesty, my royal cousin. Teach you our princess English. King, I would haul her learn my fair cousin how. Perfectly I allow her, and that is good English. Berg, is she not apt? King, our tongue is rough coz and my condition is not smooth, so that hoing neither the voice nor the heart of flattery about me, I cannot so conneer VP the spirit of Lao in her, that he will appear in his true likeness. Berg, pardon the frankness of my mirth if I answer you for that. If you would conneer in her, you must make a circle. If conneer VP Lao in her in his true likeness, he must appear naked and blind. Can you blame her then, being a maid yet roused hour with the virgin crimson of modesty, if she deny the appearance of a naked blind boy in her naked seeing self? It were, my lord, a hard condition for a maid to consent to. King, yet they do wink and yield as Lao is blind. And in forces. Berg, they are then excused, my lord, when they see not what they do. King, then good my lord, teach your cousin to consent winking. Berg, I will wink on her to consent, my lord, if you will teach her to know my meaning. For maids well summered and warm kept are like flies at Bartholomew tide blind, though they whore their eyes, and then they will endure handling, which before would not abide looking on. King, this moral ties me hour to time and a hot summer, and so I shall catch the fly your cousin in the latter end, and she must be blind too. Berg, as Lao is my lord before it lows. King, it is so, and you may some of you thank Lao for my blindness, who cannot see many a fair French city for one fair French maid that stands in my way. French king, yes my lord, you see them perspectually, the cities turned into a maid, for they are all girdled with maiden walls that war hath entered. England, shall Kate be my wife? France, so please you. England, I am content, so the maiden cities you talk of may wait on her, so the maid that stood in the way for my wish shall show me the way to my will. France, we haw consented to all terms of reason. England, is't so, my lords of England? West, the king hath granted uery article. His daughter first, and in sequel all, according to their firm proposed natures. Except, onely he hath not yet subscribed this, where your majesty demands that the king of France hawing any occasion to write for matter of grant, shall name your highness in this form, and with this addition in French, Noster Treasure fills Henry Roy D. Angleterra Heriter de France, and thus in Latin, Preclarissimus Filius Noster Henricus Rex Angli A and here's Franciae. France, nor this I haw not brother so denied. But your request shall make me let it pass. England, I pray you then in Lao and dear alliance, let that one article rank with the rest, and thereupon you me your daughter. France, take her fair son and from her blood race VP, issue to me that the contending kingdoms of France and England, whose very shores look pale, within eye of each other's happiness, may cease their hatred, and this dear conjunction plant neighbourhood and Christian-like accord in their sweet bosoms, that newer waraduance, his bleeding sword twixt England and fair France. Lords, amen. King, now welcome Kate, and bear me witness all, that here I kiss her as my sour rainy queen. Flourish. Qui, God, the best maker of all marriages. Combine your hearts in one, your realms in one. As man and wife being two, are one in law. So be there twixt your kingdoms such a spousal, that newer may ill office or fell earlousy, which troubles off the bed of blessed marriage, thrust in between the paction of these kingdoms, to make divorce of their incorporate league, that English may as French Englishmen receive each other. God speak this Amen. Old Amen. King, prepare we for our marriage, on which day, my lord of Burgundy, we'll take your oaths, and all the peers for surety of our leagues. Then shall I swear to Kate and you to me, and may our oaths well kept and prosperous be. Senate exeunt. Enter chorus. Thus far with rough and all venable pen, our bending author hath pursued the story, in little room confining mighty men, mangling by starts the full course of their glory. Small time, but in that small most greatly liewed, this star of England, fortune made his sword, by which the world's best garden he achieved, and of it left his son imperial lord, Henry VI, in infant bands crowned king. Of France and England did this king succeed, whose state so many had the managing, that they lost France and made his England bleed, which oft our stage hath shown, and for their sake, in your fair minds let this acceptance take. Finis, the life of Henry V,